Hello there. So you might be wondering, well, what's been going on with the whole car situation, because my mum bought a 2017 Suzuki Vitara, which I did the video tour on and whatnot. We then got the 21 reg Suzuki Ignis as a courtesy car, partway through my isolation to be fair. While the Vitara was off having a bit of work done. Then we got the Vitara back, and then it went away again, and then we got the Suzuki Sways as our courtesy car. It's just been all over the place. And then we've got our Vitara back. I mean, what the truck is going on? Before we continue with this video, I would just like to mention that, in case you haven't noticed, a difference with my hair. Yesterday, I actually had my first professional haircut. Right, my first professional haircut in a proper barber's for about 18 months. Prior to yesterday, the last professionally paid haircut that I'd had was March 2020. So it's been such an incredibly long time, but it feels so good. Head feels rather cold, not gonna lie. But it is great to have finally had that done, and hopefully sooner or later I'll be able to get some proper styling back to it, you know, where I had the... Sorry, there's a pigeon that just flew past the window really close. So these tail feathers. Anyway, yeah, it'd be nice to get the thing back at the front. Get that flipping pigeon, honestly. To the original issue, the car situation. So exactly 3 weeks after my mum picked up her Suzuki Vitara, it obtained a fault to do with it really lost power to the point where you could drive it above like 2 miles an hour. It was ridiculous. Ironically though, she got a speeding ticket moments before that, and that's her first time she'd been caught speeding in her roughly 30 years of driving, so it's quite remarkable, but equally it's rather ironic, isn't it, because she gets done for speeding and then minutes later the car won't go anywhere near the speed limit. So anyway, it was taken to a Suzuki and Peugeot Desira garage in Norwich, where it was looked at, and apparently a diagnostics check was done on the Vitara, and it didn't really come back with a lot. They couldn't get the fault to repeat itself, so simply just cleared all the diagnostic codes and just handed the car back. But while the car was in getting the diagnostics check, that's where we had the 21 reg Ignis, which was our courtesy car. Then, roughly, 3 or 4 weeks after it had been taken to Desira in Norwich, you won't believe it, the fault came back again. So my mum was just coming to pick me up, and the car came back with the fault again, so she simply just poodled back to the house, parked it on the drive, got Dunk's car, came to pick me up from school. We then came home. It was a Thursday that this happened. It was a Thursday that this happened, by the way. And so we were ringing around here, there and everywhere. We were trying to get the RAC to send someone out to pick up the Vitara so it could be driven to Desira in Lowestoft, which is where we got the car from. Meanwhile, we were also trying to contact Desira to book the car in to get it properly checked out, you know, properly, not just a little. And then we were also trying to arrange a courtesy car, because the very next day, Dunk was setting off for a 3-hour drive into the middle of the country, and so without his car, we needed a courtesy car to be able to do anything else, you know. And we had other things on, I believe, as well, which we needed a car for. So that's where we picked up the Suzuki Sways as our courtesy car, and oh dear, the whole thing, it was ridiculous. It was really weird seeing that Vitara on the back of this recovery vehicle. This was about 8 o'clock in the evening, by the way. We then drove over to Desira in Dunk's car, where he then instructed the guy in the recovery vehicle to just pop the Vitara. We then put the keys in a safe place. Meanwhile, me and my mum went to go and collect the courtesy car, which had been left in a pub car park. And then we drove the Suzuki Swace home, the courtesy car, while Dunk drove his Volvo home. A good few days after that then, Desira rung back and said that it was something to do with perhaps some accelerator sensor. So they replaced it with a brand new legitimate Suzuki part, and they said it should be fine. However, that has somewhat resulted in depleted confidence in both the vehicle and Desira as a whole, from our perspective. So we are going to be keeping the Suzuki Vitara permanently. We've only got it just until we find another car in which we want, and we're hoping to do something like a part exchange. Now, interestingly enough, my mum was really rather hesitant to try out the hybrid car, not only because it was automatic and after previous experience with a couple of other automatic cars, she wasn't too keen on it. Oh, plus also the fact it's new technology, you know, with the whole electric element and everything. But she really liked the car. She really liked the smoothness of it, the quietness of it. You couldn't even tell that much really when it was changing gear. It was so smooth and so good. We really liked it. Not just that, she really liked driving it in general. It was a bit longer than the sort of car that she'd want, but even then she said driving it, you couldn't tell quite how long it was. It is literally like just over the length of a standard town car parking space. It is very long. But it's a nice car nevertheless, plus she also likes the higher up driving presence. So she would actually quite like a hybrid now. So we're going to be looking into that. I'm really impressed with that outcome, to be honest. I really am. We're somewhat on our way to electric, because to me, I'm all with the brand new tech. I'm all with electric. I'm all with the saving the environment, saving the planet, and all that sort of malarkey. So yeah, basically that's that. Summarised, the Vitara has been in twice now to be looked at by Desira. We've had two different courtesy cars. One wasn't great. Neatness. Whereas the Swace, absolutely brilliant. I'm really impressed with my mum's reaction from that. Sadly, Dunk didn't actually get a chance to go in it, and I think if he would have had a chance to sit in it and actually drive it, I think he really would have surprised himself. Speaking of Dunk, quite a few of you, for some strange reason, just love to see Dunk in vids. So I'll try and get him in a video very soon. Also, as private stuff in the background goes on, I'm getting closer and closer to getting my Broads Cruiser now, which is really exciting. So obviously when we do get that, there'll be a vlog of the whole process. There will be a full in-depth video tour of the boat. There'll be vlogs of many of the occasions we go out in it. I'll make sure that plenty of boat content comes out. Just one final thing I would like to mention is that the case that we've had with the Vitara and whatnot, that isn't the only case, to be fair. When my mum was at the Desira place in Norwich, apparently someone had exactly the same problem with a car bought from Desira. They had exactly the same problem with the power shortage and whatever else was going on there. And again, they ran a diagnostics check. Not just that, but also a third case, When my mum was picking up her the Suzuki Swace courtesy car from Desira in Lowestoft, there was a person in front of her who bought a brand new car from Desira. I think it might have been a Peugeot, because this particular Desira place was both Peugeot and Suzuki. And it got a problem with the brake discs, and basically the car wouldn't really drive because there was some sort of fault, some sort of error with the brakes. So that's 3 separate cases that we know of from Desira where they've sold faulty cars, and that isn't acceptable. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to say, oh, hate all Desira, because that's just our experience from 2 separate places. But the fact that it's not just our one case where we've been unlucky, but the fact that there's 3 cases, it does make you wonder. And that more or less concludes this video. If you have enjoyed this video and you found me sharing this whole process with you interesting, please do make sure to like this video. Also, leave us something nice in the comments area, perhaps an appropriate video suggestion, or just something generally nice, perhaps something you're looking forward to. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Loads of great content coming out this summer and beyond. Make sure you subscribe and ding that bell while you're at it, and turning your notifications onto all. Therefore, you'll get notified on all future uploads. Very, very final thing to say is that we're going to be looking into merch very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. And when the merch does come out, as well as being a link in the description for the videos from then onwards, there'll also be a little video where we actually show off some of the merch and promoting it and whatnot. Also, if you've missed some of the car tour videos, no worries. The end window box of this video, that'll take you straight to my that'll take you straight to the car playlist on the channel. Until the next one, wonderful people. Take care. See you then. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like.
And click here to subscribe.
Don't forget to check out this other great video.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.